Hi, and a very warm welcome to the weekend edition of Wellbeing. Listen, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're having a fantastic start to the weekend. And I was just wondering if you've ever taken the time to ponder a deep and important question. Why are you here? I know we've asked this question before, but sometimes when you take the time to consider the almost absurd conditions of human existence, we're breathing air and this tiny speck, this little blue point in the middle of a fairly ordinary galaxy. When you contemplate the purpose of life, it's no wonder that we have a lot of difficulty in trying to understand what's the point, especially when life is full of challenges and difficulties. You wonder, what is it for? Well, we don't really understand even the nature of human consciousness. So we tend to turn to philosophers and mystics when we're searching for these deeper answers. And perhaps deep within us, we already have the answer. It just takes a little bit of time for you to peel away the layers that obscure this deep insight to discover for yourself what the purpose might be. If we could sum it up and if we could distill the ideas of so many philosophical traditions over thousands of years, we pretty much arrive at the same conclusion. The point of being here is to discover who you really are. Now, most people would jump up and say, that's absurd. I know exactly who I am. But the argument is that we are familiar only with the layers of personality that we've adopted. We're familiar with the masks we wear. We're familiar with the most superficial elements of what constitutes your individuality. The fact is, as we peel away those layers, as we remove the disguises, as we get closer and closer to what remains, we discover who we really are. According to so many traditions, whether you subscribe to the ideas or not, this is such a profound experience that it takes thousands and thousands of lifetimes, reincarnations, for us to arrive at this conclusion. And yet, even if you subscribe to that idea, our conscious mind is so easily confused and overwhelmed by the enormity of the subject that the answer is really just to take a step back, to relax, to meditate, to just let your mind become quieter. So that you can discover what is waiting to be revealed in the deeper levels of your own consciousness when there is no voice, when there are no sounds, when there are no reactions, when there is a more immediate connection between you and everything else, where your sense of detachment from what's familiar leads you to a sense of connection with the entire universe. Not as some poetic concept, but as a deep, visceral feeling of profound peace, even happiness, of bliss. This is what the great philosophers always referred to, but we don't have a language which is remotely adequate to encompass such an enormous subject. But if you've ever considered why you're here, and if the answer is to really discover who you are behind the roles, behind the attachments, behind the disguises you wear, well, it has been suggested that this is the greatest thing that a human being can do to become fulfilled, illuminated, enlightened. Apparently, it changes the quality of life for the entire planet. And I would suggest that today would be the perfect moment for us to take that step, that first step, perhaps of thousands of steps, but that first step towards the discovery of who we are, that process of self discovery, that process of letting go of everything that is not really who you are, to bring you into contact with all that you are. Because the answers, ironically, are always there. If you're seeking enlightenment, well, the ancients repeated often enough that that is our natural condition. It's not something for you to seek, it's just something that is always there as soon as you let go of everything that gets in the way of that particular form of direct, uncompromised, and complete perception. That's my suggestion for this weekend. Take a few moments to contemplate, to consider not just why you're here, but why you are here, why it's you in these circumstances. It's a fascinating topic for meditation. And on that note, allow me to wish you a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to being back with you next week.